Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
Okay, it's Thursday and this is your podcast. Probably a very important clue today.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a big clue in this one, especially I might even do two because, you know, there's been a podcast glitch. Sorry, podcasters, for those who've been regularly downloading. Thank you to everyone who's let us know. And it's not just Rise and Shine. There's been a podcast glitch for most of the podcasts that Vision put up.
No.
So a lot of people have been going, hang on, we haven't had anything since Vision-a-thon. What's going on? We figured it out. It's all worked out. The tech boffins got in there while they're not working on the Bible story sound off clues and sounds and trying to get more power to that.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're so focused on the sound.
It was sucking all the energy sucking all the
podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we need priorities then, I think.
Well, Bible story sound off is top priority around here.
Yes,
So we're gonna be playing it again tomorrow. I've got a feeling in my bones it's not going to last much longer. It's already broken the records. I think it's 10. I'm going to work it out tomorrow exactly for the amount of times it's been playing. I think it's the longest lasting one yet. Okay. And really, I'm just happy if it goes over one day. As long as there's not guessed in the first break of the very first clue.
That's
it's
exactly
a win.
right.
I'm a win. So be listening for that. Also on today's show, a lot of Christmas pageant stories.
Yes.
I finally figure out the difference between a pageant and a Christmas
You'll
play.
hear all about that today.
Nativity,
so all the important things are
carols,
covered. And you can keep them coming. I reckon we've got a few weeks till Christmas, so plenty of time. If you're just after the fact thinking, I've got a great story. We're always after a great story. Yeah,
if you've got, even if you've got something special, got something a little bit out of the ordinary that you and your church and your community group is doing for Christmas, love to hear from you and love to let everybody know there if it's something put on for everybody. Let us know. 1-800-316-316 is when you can call us during the show. Well, you can call us afterwards and you'll leave a message. Yeah. Or either that or, there's Facebook, emails and everything else. Every other way you can want to call us. Or if you know Matt Prater, you might be able to get one of the courier pigeons. Yeah.
There's only a couple of them.
Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
As soon as I get up, I'm always keen to know where's the Vision board tally up to. So, DJ, can you give us an update?
We are 68% of the way there. Currently sitting, as I look over the Vision-a-thon tally board right now, $1.2 million, meaning that we've got just over $545,000 to go, just over $500,000 to go, which sounds like a lot, but in the bigger picture, it's getting close. It's getting close. So if I and again the two numbers that I'm looking at every morning is Western Australia currently sitting on 510,000. 510.
They're coming back from yesterday.
Not 510,000. That would be amazing.
Well,
but 510 people giving from Western Australia. 513 from New South Wales.
Look, if you're listening now, you're probably more likely to be in New South Wales than WA because they're probably still asleep.
They're still asleep.
Not everyone, because we do know there's some early birds getting up and hard workers. But if you're in New South Wales, this is your chance to get in and boost that total early in the morning.
There's only three different in here, which is absolutely amazing.
But lots and lots of beautiful people to thank, including Deb and Pierre. I love your name, Pierre, from Zihan in Tasmania, who gave $150 online yesterday and wrote, "The truth of God's word 24/7 is just so good. Truthful information rather than disinformation." And we agree, but we're very thankful, Deb and Pierre.
Talking about amazing names, check this name out from Bowen Hills.
Yes.
Their name is Gold, Gold. Gold. What a great name. $152 given online. Thank you so much. And a Vision family member in Galway in ACT. Down near Canberra there. This is a very interesting amount. I'd love to know the story behind this. $10.75. And all the amounts add up together, no matter how 100%. Small, how big, whatever you can give. We're after your, your prayerful obedience in this one. Like really pray, commit it to the Lord and get involved. If Vision means something to you, basically giving back right now enables us to keep on going and growing. You can do that all online.
You can. You just go to vision.org.au. We've also got that big blue V, the app that's hopefully on your phone. If not, you should get that. You can give us a call during office hours on a new number now. So 1-800 00 770. Our normal number, so the 1-800
316.
That comes to the studio. So if you
Yeah.
call that today, we're going to ask you about Christmas pageants.
Yeah. Well,
That'll be what we're asking.
You can always give us a call there and talk to us about Christmas pageants. But yeah, if you do want to phone and talk with someone about either monthly giving or becoming a one-off supporter there, 1-800-00-770. So that's 1-800-00-770. You can get all that information over at vision.org.au.
Rise and shine.
We are talking a bit about things that are spoken on a stage with sometimes little kids, and it's a pageant or a play. I think in Australia we call them plays, and pageants are probably more of an American term.
I'm going to get down to the bottom of what's the difference between the two here. But you've put the call out there. If anybody's been involved in a pageant, maybe a church play, something like that,
Definitely.
give us a call, 1-800-316-316.
And very early up, we've got Gabrielle on the line. Gabrielle, how are you doing?
All right, sweetheart. I was just going to say something about, or you said about a pageant, but I happened to be in a play with my daughter that was held by the church many years ago.
Wonderful, Gabrielle.
Is a play and a pageant, I'm assuming it's a Christmas one, is that the same thing?
Well, it was a play on Madame Blueberry from Veggie Tales.
A Veggie Tale
I
play.
love the Veggie
Oh my
Tales.
goodness.
So which parts did you play?
Well, I was the mum. There was a family, like a lady and a man, a boy and a girl. And the play is obviously Madame Blueberry thought that only things that she could buy would make her happy. And so she was after everything and went on shopping sprees and filled up many, many shopping trolleys, but she was never happy until she saw that this family were quite poor. And so when Madame Blueberry noticed, and what really touched her was they were having a little party for their birthday, and they just had a piece of pie to share. And they were thanking God. There's a beautiful little prayer they prayed to thank God for what they had. And she realised that these poor people are happy just having one piece of pie. How can that be? And it was because of God. And so it was actually a beautiful play. And my daughter, Bethany, was the little girl in the play. And, it meant a lot to me because Bethany had been very ill and the doctors had told me she was going to die at one, but God saved her from cardiomyopathy. It was a very beautiful thing to be able to celebrate being in that. And when you just mentioned, I don't know if the pageant or not, but it was a powerful play and it meant a lot in our lives. And it was, going and back and forth practicing and having presentations overnight. It was quite amazing.
It's incredible what kids can do. And when you put them on stage, they just shine, don't they, Gabrielle?
They do shine, and people all work together. And even there was a shopping trolley segment where there was like a little dance back with the trolleys.
Fabulous.
It was something very unforgettable. And so, and because it was, it was on being grateful, an attitude of gratitude. And I've tried to carry that in my life, even though we fall far short. But, there's so much to be thankful for.
100%. The Gabrielle, $100 question for you here. Have you got any photographs of you guys in this play?
Oh, I would have. There was even a brochure and everything with our names on it. We felt very famous.
You were, yes.
Well, if you can find,
take a while to find.
Oh, yes.
Well, if you do, snap a shot of it and send it to us. Maybe even send it to our Facebook there because we'd love to see you guys in action.
Amazing.
Yeah, if I can find one. I mean, like I said, it was many years ago, but by God's grace, it was wonderful. And as soon as you spoke, that's all I thought of.
Oh, praise God. Well, I hope you're encouraging some others to go back through their memory banks and consider and imagine and remember all of those times their kids were involved. It's so important. Thank you for sharing your memory with us this morning.
That's all right. You're very welcome, and God bless.
Oh, so lovely.
Very sweet.
I love that we're starting to get some ideas of church plays because there are so many. I was involved in them all the way growing up. That was one of my favourite things as a kid was being in the church play. So if you've got any Christmas pageant or church play stories, we'd love to hear about them. And I think in the next hour, DJ, we might have a chat about this new movie that's coming out and a bit of a trailer. I don't know that we'll have time right now because we've got a Bible sound to work out.
And I think I've got enough time here before the Bible sound to work out what is the difference between a pageant and a play. I've got to find that out because all I can think of a beauty pageant, and I know we're not doing that at Christmas time.
That,
yeah, okay, all right. I'm going to get to the bottom of that. All right, this is Natalie Lane. Since I found.
We're coming up to the news, but after the news, DJ, have you found any more sound for us?
We'll see how we're going. I think they're powered up as much as they can get underneath. But what I have found is a definition for pageant.
Okay.
All right. So it is usually about beauty pageants. Very, very popular. The word is very popular in America. Not so popular over here. Combined, like basically what I can see here is the thought behind a pageant is a combination between like a play and a parade. So you put the two together and you get a pageant. It's all about, very elaborate, colourful scenes and, putting things, moving things across a stage in front of an audience there. So a moving play sort of becomes a bit of a pageant is what we're saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure that's quite how I've seen it, but yeah, I can get the idea.
Yeah, I can.
It's on a stage, so there's the movement's only in a small space.
Yeah. I think they're feeling that they've got is like with a pageant, they usually have things walking through the crowd or big elaborate costumes or scenery or colourful type of things. Different to just a play that happens up there. So yeah, there we go. I think I've got across here, and that makes sense with a Christmas pageant.
If you've got some thoughts, give us a call. We'd love to have your opinion on 1-800-316-316. But right now we are heading to the news.
And now it's time for a little clue for the Bible Story Sound Off. Today I'm incorporating not just a clue, but a piece of trivia that I could give you as well. Did you know that according to the book of Numbers, the person that we know as Joshua, the leader of the Israelites, Joshua's basically a nickname that Moses gave him. What was his original name? You'll have to go digging in the book of Numbers. What was Joshua's original name? That'll help.
Rise and Shine with Phil and DJ on Vision Christian Radio.
I'm pretty excited because there's a new Christmas movie coming out today, which means officially for me, we're now in Christmas mood.
Look, 40 days out from Christmas, I think we can officially say it's the season is coming upon us. Houses are getting decked out in the street, and like we said,
there are lights being turned on.
This is the first Christmas movie to hit the cinemas. It's called The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. Why don't we have a little listen to the trailer here?
Oh, yeah.
For as long as I can remember, our little town has loved Christmas. And nothing is more important than our annual Christmas pageant.
The pageant is sacred.
Special mention to Grace for volunteering to direct the pageant.
But this year, the Herdmans changed everything.
Now. The Herdmans are absolutely the worst kids in the history of the world. Hey!
The Best Christmas Pageant Ever opens up today around Australia. It's already been out in America for a little while, and it is doing massive numbers over there, doing really well, and up until recently was getting 100% on Rotten Tomatoes by both critics and by film goers. So absolutely incredible for a movie from the team, Dallas Jenkins and the team from The Chosen.
Yeah, well, and look, a really lovely story about It's a little town where every year they put on the Christmas pageant. For those who don't know, that's just really they act out the story of Jesus' birth, and they get the children in the town to take part. And it's been the same for 75 years, and this is the 75th anniversary, so a particularly important year when the producer breaks her legs.
Yes.
And our mum of the story, Grace, volunteers to take over, much to the surprise of everyone around her, including her own family.
Yeah.
But there is a bit of a hurdle on the way, and it's in the form of a family of kids who are known troublemakers in the town. And we followed their story in self-discovery and, importantly, in discovering Christ as they work through developing this pageant for the town.
It's a really good film. Behind the scenes here at Vision, we had a very special time set aside yesterday, and a bunch of the staff were able to have a look at the film before it hit cinemas. The popcorn came out. There was even ice creams being served halfway through. Very, very special indeed. But I went around after everybody had seen it and got some movie reviews, like instant movie reviews from people who had just seen the film. So we might hear from them as well. But on the back of this, we want to hear from you about your Christmas pageant story, either the best one ever, or maybe it might even have been the worst one ever. Whatever, if you've been involved in a Christmas play or a Christmas production, we'd love to hear your stories. We know that a lot of churches are ramping up for it right about now. So give us a call, 1-800-316-316. We're talking about the best Christmas pageant ever. Opens today in cinemas across Australia.
Rise and shine.
And we've been talking about a new movie coming to cinemas today, the best Christmas pageant ever.
That's it. It's directed by Dallas Jenkins, the man behind The Chosen. It's got some people that you recognise. And one of my favourite, comedic actresses, Judy Greer. She's been in so many great things. She plays the mum, and I think she does a fantastic job. And it's her first toe in the water with a with a Christian sort of family movie there, and I think she does a great job. Peter Holmes, who you might recognise as a comedian, is playing the dad there, and a great cast of young characters in this one. So we got to watch it at Vision. A bunch of us got to watch it. Bit of a, an early treat here, and I ran around with the old audio recorder and just grabbed people as they were trying to have lunch yesterday and got their reviews. It went a little something like this. We've got Rosalind, the super customer service woman here. She's trying to eat her lunch, and I'm going to ask you for a review. What did you think?
Great. Not a B grade movie.
Okay. A grade?
Absolutely up there.
All right. Who you recommending it for?
Families. Yes, anybody really.
A score out of 10?
9.5.
Whoa, 9.5. All right. That's massive. All right, you've heard it here first. Phil Fusco, our Chief Marketing Officer here. You've just seen the film, Best Christmas Pageant Ever. What's your thoughts on the film?
Look, it's a great movie. I think it'll take everyone by surprise. I think we can all relate to it. I hope we don't all relate to the actual young kids in the movie, but I have some memories of doing something like that, I'm sure. Look, it brought a tear to everyone's eyes. It certainly did to me, so it's well worth jumping in there.
All right, score out of 10.
Yeah, probably about I'd say an 8.
Oh, yeah. Very generous.
Yeah,
very generous.
Very generous, man. It's Christmas time.
I've got Karen, the HR queen here at Vision. You watched all of the film?
I did indeed. Yeah, I did. I would say, and I'm a bit of a movie buff, I would say a solid 9 or 9.5. It was great.
Wow. Okay, that is very high, very high. Standout character?
I would say Imogen. She is just a trooper. I think you will not only just laugh at this movie, you're going to have some good tears as well. It's awesome.
All right, I've got E.T., our wonderful Spanish-Australian Chief of Staff here. What would you give the entire film?
9.5.
Ooh, another 9.5. All right. What made it so special for you?
I think it's a wake-up call to Christians. Quite often we get so boxed up into routine, what we think is right or wrong, and we don't see things from different perspectives. And I think that's what the characters brought up. It's like, it shook up this church to take notice that just because we know the story of the, Christmas inside out, we are actually missing out on a lot of reality and a lot of truths that we take for granted.
All right, so another 9.5.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. All right, we've got Clarin here, video editor, social media expert extraordinaire. You stayed and watched the whole film.
Yes, I did.
Thoughts?
6.8 out of 10.
Oh, I'm pretty much on par with you. Was there tears at the end?
No tears.
No. Recommended?
I recommend it. It's very wholesome. It's very family friendly, and the humor is not bad.
Not bad?
Not bad.
Standout character?
Well, the mom was pretty good.
We're basically giving the same review, you and I. Shane, graphic designer extraordinaire here at Vision. What did you think of the film?
I think it was very family friendly.
Okay.
It exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
I'm personally not a Christmas type of movie guy, but I stayed through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Ending was very sentimental. I thought it was
Was there tears?
No tears. Not in front of my workmates.
All right, I'm sitting here with Chaplain Love Chunks over his chicken curry for lunch here. You just saw the film.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, look, I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
As for a Christian film that's like trying to cut into that comedy kind of side of things, there's heaps of secular movies that are like that. I thought it was top notch for that. I thought the comedy was great in it.
Yeah.
And what I really enjoyed about the movie is the reminder that we can all get so locked into the Christmas story that there are so many people that don't even know it.
Yeah.
And each time you look at the Christmas story, you could probably see something more beautiful out of it. That's what the movie showed to me.
I love it. All right, score out of 10. What are you giving it?
Oh, I'm giving it a good 9 out of 10.
Whoa! Yeah. 9 chunks out of 10.
9 chunks out of 10.
Awesome.
Some high
Very
reviews
high.
right there. Some high reviews. I'm with the lovely Corinne there who does our social media. Her and I pretty much have exactly the same review. Great acting, great performances.
Yes.
I give it a generous 68, 70% there for what they've done.
Well, that's better than I thought you might give it.
It's a great. I think they've done a fantastic job for the type of movie that it is, and it's one of those films that you can take someone who isn't a Christian, but there is so much of the Christian message in it in a non-religious way. I thought it was really, really refreshing the way that they handled it all there, and I think it'll lead to a lot of great conversations. In fact, even just yesterday around here, there was a lot of big conversations going on around it, and I think it'll do the same thing for you. It's still getting 98 on the tomato meter there from the audience scores all over the world. So really highly rated. The audiences are loving it. So make sure you make some time to go see it. It's just arriving in cinemas today. So check out the local listings. You can even go to a website where all the local listings are at around Australia.
Yeah, that's right. You head over to faithmedia.com.au, faithmedia.com.au to see all the details, and you can watch the trailer there.
Just the right mix of things to inspire and things to make you smile. Rise and shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
And DJ, I've got something for you.
Yeah. Awesome.
A little bit
Christmas
of
jazz. I like
music.
it. I like it.
Because it's feeling a little bit Christmassy. We were just looking at the new movie, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
Yeah.
And in honour of that, we've been chatting today, or looking to chat, about Christmas pageants, Christmas plays, all of the wonderful things. We get kids up on stage or walking in a straight line.
Yeah, there's a lot of churches, community groups right now getting involved in Christmas presentations. So the community Christmas carols are a big popular one. If you've got a few churches combined doing that together, and sometimes they do put on a bit of a play within those Christmas carols. So we're going to claim it as part of a Christmas pageant.
Oh, 100%. Look, when I was growing up, I was in them all the time.
Okay.
Because my dad was in charge of children's church before he became a pastor.
Okay.
And so I don't know why, but we ended up being voluntold, but I loved it, so I didn't really.
What part did you get to play?
The one that's the most memorable. It was Salty the Singing Songbook.
Oh no,
The Christmas Carol, or whatever. It was a Christmas story. My brother was Salty. He dressed up as a massive Salty the Singing Songbook, and I think I was one of the American girls. Probably with an American accent, actually.
Wow.
We would sing and dance. It was, I'm sure, fantastic. But unfortunately,
is there any video?
It was before the era. Okay. Unfortunately for the world.
Black and white, reel to reel.
And I do feel for kids now, because there's lots of missed memories, because, I can tell that I can say it was brilliant, but no one will ever know, because there's no record. But nowadays there's recording of absolutely everything, isn't there?
Yeah, maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. But we love to hear your stories about Christmas pageants and Christmas carol things. Look, I've got to confess, I'm completely on the other end of the spectrum. Whenever my church was doing anything like that, you couldn't find me further away from being organised. I would want to be doing stuff behind the scenes or out in the crowd, or basically overseeing, the whole kit and caboodle. If it was actually doing something on stage or doing anything like that, no, thank you, no, thank you. So that's that's where we sit there. But we'd love to hear your story.
Yes.
With a Christmas carol, Christmas pageant, Christmas play. Might have been for your school, your community group, or your church. Let us know your stories. 1-800-316-316, and let us know if you're a part of the best Christmas pageant ever. See what we did there? Here on Vision.
Across Australia.
Rise and shine.
That's Megan Wood's The Truth. And before that, Lauren Daigle with Look Up Child. If you're in Sydney, you might be getting excited if you're heading along to her concert tonight.
Let's go.
Very exciting. But the other thing we're excited about today is the Christmas pageants on the back of the new movie, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, coming out in Australia tonight.
Yeah,
we're asking you.
Yeah, asking you if you've got involved in a Christmas pageant, a Christmas play, might have been a Christmas carols. If you've been involved in any of those there and you've got a story around that, give us a call, 1-800-316-316. We've got the incredible Neil on the line. Neil, how are you involved?
Well, I'm involved with the local theatre company for plays and doing the sound since 2007. So anyway, we're also involved with organising the carols by candlelight for about 20 years.
Wow.
And one of the things we found was the kids from school would come and do their thing for the school, then they'd go again. So by the end of the night, you've only got half as many people. So we thought we'll try and build a play where they've got to stay the whole play, whole night.
Clever. Smart.
So
man.
did you write the play?
Well, actually, my daughter-in-law's sister, because I'm not a playwright or anything, because I sent this to the committee, and they said, "Oh, well, go ahead and do it." "Oh, I can't write plays." So I spoke to them, found out my daughter-in-law's sister writes plays, so she wrote the play, and then I expanded it. My wife, we expanded that to about double the size of it to make it fit the night.
Wow.
So each of the schools had to do a carol that fitted the play.
Wow.
So we started off, the first half was about Joseph and Mary going back to register for the census.
Yeah.
And so the Current Affair Channel 5 came and interviewed them.
Awesome. I love it.
And they said, we don't know where we're going to stay. We've got to try and find somewhere to stay because we don't have the internet. So we couldn't pre-book.
That's so good. And did it work? Did the kids stick around to find out what happened in the play?
Yes, they did. It went off well. So they turned up and they come to the place to find a motel. No, all full. The only thing we got is the stable out the back, and the reporter saying, I haven't booked either. So the reporter was in the same predicament. So he was out the back. And then these shepherds turned up, and he was there, and he watched them. And he said, "Oh, this is interesting. Oh, what's going on here?" And so, of course, got glory, the carols about the angels coming. And so then the second half was about in Jerusalem, where the wise men turned up from elsewhere. And the king, Herod, was a bit put out by all this. And so you've got the three kings of Orient. They
Perfect,
come in
that's the carol, yeah.
all those sort of things. So they had all these carols that the kids in the schools sang when this came on. And so right at the end was the reporter says, "What's to become of this child as he gets up, when he grows up?" And that's how it finished the night.
That's how it finished. Oh, well, I love that. What a fantastic idea to modernise the Christmas story. And no kids were injured? They didn't fall off the stage?
No, none of that.
Well done.
I've still got the play, and I've still got the backing tracks that we had with it for the sound effects and stuff like that.
Wow.
With the boys at the pub in the motel, hotel.
Mate, it sounds like it needs a comeback, Neil. It needs a comeback.
Amazing.
All right.
I think so too, but anyway.
Oh, I love that. I love the ones that are made by people in the church. Probably the best. Like if you've written one, I would love to hear about it.
You get that
it's so much fun.
You get that local flavour with the local
like the
ones.
Pub sounds in the back. I wonder if that's from the local park's pub.
Exactly.
Probably is. Very, very cool.
Love that one, Neil. If there's any recordings out there, we might have to have a look and see if we can find them there. But if you've got a Christmas pageant story, Christmas play story, might be something the best one ever, or it could even be possibly the worst one ever, or you made a fatal error in it. Let us know. We'd love your stories as we're getting a little bit Christmassy here. 1-800-316-316. News is just around the corner here on Rise and Shine.
Great conversations, fun, inspiration and more. Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
I love it when we start seeing those Christmas carols coming into church. But of course we're talking all things Christmas plays, Christmas pageants, getting those kids up on stage and telling the Christmas story. What could be better than that?
Yeah. There's some great events happening around the country at the moment. Churches are beginning to get their community events happening, and we love hearing about them. This morning on the back of the film, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, we're basically loving the stories of things going wrong. I know. We should be celebrating with you about those things that have gone right. But when did you get involved in a pageant or a Christmas play or just a Christmas event and it all went a little bit sideways? We're asking you to give us a call, 1-800-316-316.
I can see we've got Caleb on the line from Tassie. Caleb, you got a story for us?
Yeah, I have a story about a Christmas pageant.
Awesome.
No. So this was a couple of years ago, we had a Christmas pageant, because I live in Hobart, there was one happening in the Rosny Bus Mall, which is one of the big streets in near Hobart. Okay. And so there's a Christmas pageant happening. And so I'm walking along, and because it's in a bus mall, there's giant bus mall poles. And so I'm looking to the left, talking to Mum. But I'm walking forwards, and I don't see one of the giant bus mall poles, and I walk straight into one of them.
Ow!
And so I've headbutted this bus mall pole, and I'm pretty sure from memory I had a concussion and everything.
Oh no! Well, you must have been really going strong.
Caleb, was it because was it because of what you were wearing? Was it because of something, the costume or something?
Oh, I see. You think his vision might have been obscured. I think he was saying Mum, actually. Was it, Caleb,
well,
was it your mum? Was so interesting.
I was looking to the left, talking to Mum, and then I just bang straight into it.
So the dangers of a Christmas pageant, right there. Beware.
But the lucky thing was because it was a big event, there was St. John's ambulance. But the really annoying thing was I practically missed the entire pageant because I was near this one area where you can't really see the pageant from.
You were laid up.
I just missed the entire thing.
Basically in the back of the ambulance, watching it from there. Is that what you're saying?
Which is not the best vantage point.
No.
Oh dear. But have you been back, Caleb? Have you tried again, or is that the end of pageants for you?
Well, I still go to them, but the thing is, that's the last time we went to that particular pageant.
Yeah, fair enough.
Scarred for life, maybe physically and mentally as well. I don't know.
Oh dear. Well, thank you for calling and sharing some wisdom for kids out there. If you're in a pageant, just keep your eyes open.
Watch out for bus mall poles.
Watch out for those; they might jump in front of you. Oh dear. Well, there we go. Wise words from Caleb.
I am troubled here by Caleb. I listening to that, I've just realised he's off the phone now. Did he say bus mall poles, or is he saying bus poles?
I think so. Just big poles that are down in the busway.
Is there something down going? Is there a different type of pole in Hobart? Is he talking about a tent pole? I don't know.
No.
Caleb, give us a call back. What type of pole was that? Am I hearing something? I'm going to have to go back and replay the tape there. Hobartians, let me know. Is there a different type of pole that we're not aware of? But the other thing we need you to give us a call about is if you want to play Saints of the Century, we have our carryover champ, our brand new one, Richard.
He's very good.
In Tasmania, I reckon we've got to keep an eye on.
Play, but he does seem.
He seems very confident, this Richard. So maybe it's time for you to come and take him out this morning.
Rise and shine.
And DJ, we are loving hearing all these stories coming in about Christmas pageants, Christmas plays.
It's taken me a while to work out what a pageant actually is, because all I had in my mind was a beauty pageant. I knew it didn't have Santas going across the stage or anything like that. But this Christmas pageant, it's basically what the Americans call like a Christmas play, a Christmas carols with a bit of a, an acting out in it, Christmas nativity scene, those type of things.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Is the pageants there. So we're asking you how you got involved with one, and did it all go a bit sideways? Was it all a little bit crazy? We're basically looking for those stories where things didn't go according to plan. That would be a lot of fun. But we're getting some great stories all over Australia, including this one. Jenny in Sydney here. Jenny, how was you, what happened to you with your Christmas story?
We did many mini Christmas pageants at our Christmas carols, and as a young teenager, I remember at our church, a flat roof church, our pastor got all of the young teenagers to dress up as angels, and we climbed up a ladder and were standing on the roof.
Oh, no, that does not sound safe.
Oh, it wasn't.
Well,
I like this pastor. He's on the edge.
How long ago were we talking about this?
Oh, 20 years.
Oh, well.
No, more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, before there were those pesky health HR people ruining everybody's fun.
Definitely before that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
love it. Great.
Did everyone make it back down safely to earth, Jenny?
We all made it safely. I don't know how our parents felt during the process, but we had a blast.
Yeah, awesome. See, it was great.
It's memorable.
And if you look at the worst case scenario, somebody falls off, it's just an angel flying. It's something. Exactly. It's totally within character.
He got you all a bit closer to Jesus for a few minutes.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm on the hunt for any photos here. Is there any photos of this beautiful event?
I don't know. I could see if I can track them down. I'll find out.
Let's do it, Jenny. See if you can find.
Nowadays, there would be.
Classic.
It would have gone viral. All these teenagers.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we probably would not be in a good place.
Yeah,
the church would have lots
be on the news. Local church shut down for. Exactly.
Endangering lives. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, we're glad you're safe, and great story.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day.
Oh, you too.
You
very,
too.
very fun.
Just don't get up on any roofs, kids, unless you're wearing angel wings, and then the pastor says it's totally fine.
No, don't do that.
Totally okay. Just heavy boots on or something like that.
Oh, dear.
Love these stories of old church plays and church Christmas carols where you couldn't get away doing things like that. I'm still looking for that story with a camel.
You do want your live animals.
I like the live animals.
Because they say don't work with animals and children.
And Christmas carols and plays are usually both.
For that.
Usually both. So
there must be a story out there.
Yeah, 1-800-316-316. Give us a buzz. Let us know about your Christmas pageant story.
Getting you up and ready to face the day. This is Rise and Shine with Fel and DJ on Vision.
And on the back of the brand new movie coming out today, what's it called again there, DJ?
The Best Christmas Pageant Ever.
There you go.
In cinemas across Australia. You can go over to faithmedia.com.au. We're asking about your best Christmas pageants and how you get involved in Christmas plays. I can see we got space for one more call. Pam from Rockhampton's on the line. Pam, you've been involved in Christmas pageants for a long time.
Well, Cathedral of Praise has been for... quite a few years now.
Wow.
How many years?
It would be, since we moved to Rockhampton, they were doing musicals before that, but the Christmas musicals probably since mid-90s. Mid-90s, yeah.
Oh,
Wow, there we go. So about 30 years there's been a Rockhampton Christmas musical. How are you involved?
I'm in the Christmas musical choir, so... I'm officially called a tree dweller.
So you stand around the tree, is that right?
No, we actually have, it's scaffolding with pine branches on it, and we actually stand in the scaffolding with the pine branches on it, and we're part of the choir actually sings it.
Looks like the tree. How high do you go, Pam?
How do I go? Not as high as I used to.
Are we talking how high in the tree or how high with your voice?
The tree, but it sounds like it might be the voice.
It can go quite high. I think it's about last year we had three levels, didn't we? Yeah. But prior to workplace health and safety reasons, We had about 5.
Okay.
They're always
the top of the
getting
tree would be
cramping
pretty
everybody's
cool.
fun there. Those workplace health and safety.
No, they're keeping us safe.
Pam, you've been doing it for a while. How big is it? How many people come along to see it?
Oh, the place can be packed.
1,000 people a night.
Yeah, we've had up to close to 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many nights does it go for?
It goes for 3 nights.
Mm-hmm. And tell me, Pam, one thing we are on the hunt for is whether everything always went well. Or have there been any mistakes? Has there been anything that's ever gone wrong? Or is it always perfect?
No, never gone to plan per se.
That's the fun, though.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, we had a blackout with the big screen. We put a big screen at the back of the stage, and and that had a big blackout last year. I think it was because of the storm, wasn't it?
Oh. And did you just keep going? Did the show go on?
Well, we had to stop until that was fixed.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, too.
In about 10 minutes.
But within about 10 minutes, you're right.
Pam, very important question. Who's helping you in the background there? Who's that in the background?
That's Eddie.
Okay, and what's Eddie having for breakfast?
He's having cereal at the moment.
It sounds good.
We can hear it.
It sounds good.
It does sound delicious. We're glad he's there.
He turned 75 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Eddie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it. All right, well, if you're in Rockhampton, if you want to get along to it, when is it going to happen this year?
It's from the 6th to the 8th of December.
Yes.
And it's called Wanted. Out of Cathedral of Praise, air-conditioned, free entry.
Do you have to buy a ticket? Do you have to register for a ticket, Pam?
No.
Just
Turn up.
rock up.
Yeah.
And we'll keep an eye out for Pam. She'll be about row 3.
Level 3 in a
Of the tree.
singing very high. Love it, Pam. Hey, thank you so much for your call.
That's all right, no problem.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And to Eddie.
Yeah.
We love a brains trust. We love it when there's people in the background who are getting involved in the conversation.
Especially when he's powered by Wheaties there, his birthday Wheaties in the background there. Love these Christmas pageant stories. Keeping them coming online. We've put up our some details about the best Christmas pageant ever, links to where you can find it on the cinema near you, in the cinema near you. You can find all of that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Rise and Shine Vision. Just do a search and a like, you'll find us right there. You can leave your comments right there of the Christmas pageants you're involved in, good or bad. I'm looking for some photos. I want to see some classic photos here of 70s and 80s kids involved in the old Christmas pageants. It's pretty special. Well, you've put the call out there, Fel. The curtain call coming up next.
Yeah.
You're hoping for a Christmas one.
I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle by having a Christmas curtain call. The only way I can play Christmas carols right now is if someone requests them.
There's one song left to play on Rise and Shine, and it's your choice. It's time for the curtain call.
That's right. It's the time of the day where we get to play a song that's your choice. We choose the other songs, but this one, people's choice rules.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people on the phone lines here with some great requests, some good solid songs that we play regularly throughout the year, or some classics as well. So what are we going for?
Oh, look, it's okay. Karen has said greetings.
Yes.
David Meese's "We Are the Reason" would be a great transition into Christmas song.
Well,
so that's quite clever.
Okay.
It's got the stories. As little children, we would dream of Christmas morn. So it's kind of like that Isaiah part of the end of the Old Testament summary story that she's been talking about with her students, where Isaiah said a young woman who has never slept with a man will give birth to a son. And it's so that she says this is a soft entry point.
Okay.
So there you go. I think that's acceptable.
That's come in via
well
text
done,
message.
Karen. Yes, it has.
All right. I can see what you're doing there, bending the rules slightly to get into the Christmas
it's not
there.
too much. I mean, come tomorrow morning, it's Mixtape Friday.
Yeah.
I'm saying, come on.
It's going to go all over the place.
Let's do it. Let's bring in some Christmas carols. But for
All
today,
right.
this is my soft entry point.
Well, just because it's David Meese, I've got to say, okay, let's do it, because I love some David Meese, especially David Meese from the 80s, which this one is. So turn it up loud this morning. Going out to Karen, a bit of what did she call it? A Christmas soft transition. Okay, soft transition into Christmas songs here with David Meese. We Are the Reason. Absolutely gorgeous. Turn it up this morning.
As little children, we would dream of Christmas morn, and all the gifts and toys we knew we'd find.
Well, that's our transition into Christmas. So I'm now saying let the floodgates open. We want Christmas carols. That's just me, actually. But Karen, thank you. You've made it possible to have one today.
I've got to be honest with you, I've heard that song 1 billion times from all the way from 1980 there, David Meese, from his album Are You Ready? Not a Christmas album. And I've never really thought of that as a Christmas song.
I'm going to take it as it's a soft transition. So there you go. No one's going to be worried about
soft transition.
So maybe if you can think of some soft transition songs to help those who find it too. See, in our house, Bella's, when I'm driving around with her, every second song now is a Christmas song. So that's her rule. She's like, are you happy for every second one to be? I'm like, yep, no problem. So we are full Christmas carols in our home already.
Is there particular, Christmas artists, Christmas songs, Christmas albums that the kids are into?
Well, all the classic ones, and probably not the Christian singers, just because that's what they've chosen on Spotify coming up there. But Mariah Carey and the Michael Bublés and those sorts of the classic Christmas really is what the girls like.
They don't really sing a lot of carols, do they? They're just more the jingle bellies type of stuff.
Yeah, a few. No, okay. I think, fair call. But anyway, there's some beautiful ones out there. So bring them on, I say, and we can educate the kids about the wonderful Christian artists and their messages as well, which I think will be wonderful.
I'm gonna when we get to December, I'm gonna start a Christmas trek through Christmas. I've got an idea. I've got a Christmas song idea.
It's a brewing.
It is a brewing in my mind, and with the 12 days of Christmas, it's going to be a little bit like that for me.
Okay.
As we go through the month of December, I've got a particular plan in place with a particular Christmas song.
Right.
That's all I'm telling you right now. We're doing some work on it in the background.
Okay.
All right. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
That's very cryptic. I have no idea what you're talking about. But we are going to now hand over to the rest of the Vision team for the day.
Yeah.
Don't forget, first up tomorrow morning is Mixtape Friday.
Oh, we need your requests.
So be up early, be ready to call so that we can pop in your requests in that first half hour of the show.
Yeah. And we also are going to have a very special guest popping in. Hopefully, Chris George, the Queensland director of Red Frogs, is going to join us tomorrow on the show because it is Schoolies and all things Schoolies week hovering around about now. You might have some teenagers in your life who are out there. So we're going to have a chat to him about that, and we might even get a chance to pray for him and the team all over Australia. In fact, all over the world with what they're doing, Red Frogs now. So we'll get a little bit of information about that. But have a great Thursday. We'll see you back here bright and early for your Friday.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.